Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody can see me, hear me. Welcome. Today is, what day is it? Friday. Oh, I am glad it's Friday today. I've had a heavy week at the gym and exercising with the dog. So glad to have a couple of days off, which is nice. It is the 15th of March, Friday. And what a fantastic webinar we had on 360 yesterday. This is really what today is all about. I have got two other bits actually for you. First off, there's a new reel video on OTrim that's been released by ONPASSIVE today. Why am I bringing up this one? Because obviously we see so many others as well. The reason I brought this is because it's a different kind of approach to advertising OTrim. It's a voice behind the screen asking a person in front of a computer how to customize a trim, a link using OTrim, and the guy shows you, and it really is cool. So if you haven't seen it, pop over to onpassive.com on Facebook or on YouTube, and the reel is on there. I thought it was really good. It's something I think you should have a look at. It just goes to show, doesn't it, that ONPASSIVE are continually thinking outside the box as far as advertising is concerned, and I really like this one. I thought it was really cool. That's one update for you. And the other one is, if you haven't noticed, there's been 16 days added to OTracker in your marketplace. So if you go to marketplace and you look at OTracker, it will say 16 days have been added to it for you to use free if you are one of the people doing that. Fantastic. Okay, so let's talk then about 360. Let's talk about what we saw, what we experienced. Wouldn't mind hearing a bit of feedback in the chat from you guys as well. Obviously, we didn't see CEO Ash Mufareh yesterday. My hunch and my guess, I might be completely way off this, but I would not be surprised if he was not with his tech guys in the background monitoring the whole of 360. Why? Because he wanted to, this is me saying this, by the way, I don't know this for true or it's not true, but I would not be surprised. He wanted to see how we coped with it, how we used it, how we navigated around it, and all the rest of it, and obviously to see how it functioned with a fair volume of people through it. We were over 5,000 for a very long period of time. The whole lot went on for over 2 hours, and we were steady at between 4,000 and 5,000 the whole way through. Really was great to see it so stable. They must be so pleased with the outcome. They must be so pleased with how people have been able to be brought on. I was doing a lot of that as well. If you are one of the people who is having webinars talking of the functionalities of it, the easiest way to bring attendees in is when you clicked the 2 figures at the bottom. That's third from the right as you're looking at the bottom of your dashboard screen in front of you. There's 2 figurines. If you clicked on that, it brought up a separate panel to the left hand side. It gave you the count of participants, it gave you speakers, attendees, and if you wanted to bring attendees in, there's a search area. You can also search by country as well. You can select your flag or the flag of the country, and you can search people by that as well. But if you wanted to search by a name, the easiest way of doing it is scroll to the bottom, and maybe the writing could be a bit clearer, but it says more. click on more there and expands right out into a large screen. You can then search a lot easier for the person you want, and there is 3 dots by that person's name. You clicked on that and it would say make speaker. Okay, it's one of the options on there. Very easy to bring people on, and also very easy to take people off as well. So I really like that feature. That was great to see. And like I said, I would not be surprised if CEO, along with the tech guys behind the scenes, were watching what we were doing, how we were finding stuff out by ourselves, and all the rest of it. One thing I haven't checked, and I am going to check it right now just to make sure. It was on my lists of things to check, and let me just have a little look for you just to make sure I give you the right information. Wait one moment. And I'm actually just looking, guys. Yeah, it has been. Okay, that is fantastic news. The manual for the new OConnect, by the way, is already posted in your ecosystem. So if you are one of the people who hasn't got a clue how to operate OConnect and all the rest of it, the easiest way to do it is log into your ecosystem, look to the top right hand corner of that page. You'll see your name, and next to your name is a drop down arrow. It's a little arrow pointing downwards. Click on that. That expands out. Scroll down and you'll see user manuals. Okay, click on that and then you can scroll along to OConnect, and then you can download it and have a look at it yourself. There is, I'm going to tell you right now, 170 pages, guys. Let me just write that down now for the update. OConnect. So go and have a look at that, guys. Okay, that will explain absolutely all of the new features, how to use them, and what you can do with them. But let's just talk about some of the features right now that I noticed, which I thought were amazing. First off, out the bag, that we are going to use a whole ton of file sharing. What a brilliant thing to have as far as video conferencing is concerned. Now, I know this for a fact. In fact, I'm meeting with the person I'm talking about tomorrow. We're staying at his house. He is a director of a very large company in the UK called Forest Fencing. To cut a long story short, they basically supply all fencing panels, round timber, sheds, trellis, all that sort of stuff to all of the hardware stores in the UK. Big business. But they have businesses all over Europe. For instance, they have sawmills over in Scandinavia, and other mills in north of France and Spain, and also Eastern Bloc countries as well, Poland specifically, that they get a lot of their wood for. And obviously they use video conferencing at the moment, and I know which one it is. It doesn't really matter, but it's not OConnect yet. It will be very shortly, especially when I show him this new version. But I do know that one of the things that they do between them, they have very regular online meetings between all the directors and managers, etc. And one of them is sharing a lot of files of documentation and presentations, all these types of things. They have to do it all at the moment via Dropbox, because they can't interact and share when they are on the screen. So give you the scenario is that people do presentations for maybe new machinery, new products, whatever it may be, and there's a group of people all on one video, and they have to then do the presentation, talk about it, and then wait for an email or a link to Dropbox so that they can download what they've been talking about on the video conference. With OConnect, guess what, guys? Boom, there it is. Press here. There it is on the screen. You can share it with one person. You can share it with all people that are participants there, and they will get it absolutely instantly as you are talking about it right in front of you. Now, obviously, again, we saw yesterday that certain files weren't accepted within the system at the moment. We've just started, okay? So don't worry, that will get expanded out and all the rest of it, and the amount of data you'll be able to share will get larger and all the rest of it. But I thought yesterday, for the first outing with a considerable amount of people, really was a great success. Talking of stats, I have got some stats for you that our CEO Mufareh shared with us yesterday, or very early this morning actually it was. And I can tell you now that over 5,000 OConnects were scheduled yesterday, and just about 5,000 meetings were held yesterday on OConnect, with a total participants of just over 40,000 people were on OConnect yesterday in one way, shape or form. We know that we were holding steady between 4,000 and 5,000, but for the first day, for the first release, to have 5,000, in round figures, 5,000 webinars that people use the new system for, and to have just over 40,000 participants on those webinars really was amazing. And congratulations to everybody who is involved. That is the OConnect department and all of the tech guys, our CEO. We can't thank you guys enough for what you have done here. If this is what is going to be coming as far as the other products and services of ONPASSIVE, then absolutely going to blow everything else out of the water, isn't it? You know, I mean, just as it is at the moment, without any new features, without doing anything to OConnect at the moment, we can take this and we can have a business in a box just with this one product. It doesn't get any better than that, and we've got loads more products that are coming. So talk about people coming to us. When news of this video conferencing platform gets out there, they start using it, which they will do for free to begin with, and all the rest of it, they are going to be hooked. I can tell you that, because I was yesterday. We all were. We just, I mean, to be fair, 2.5 hours flew by, you know, yesterday because we were looking around and all the rest of it. And don't forget, we've seen OConnect. We know how OConnect works. So just imagine what it's like for a complete newbie who has never seen OConnect before. They're going to be blown away, I can assure you of that. Other features then we saw, which I noticed, which I really did like. First one was, did you notice that remember on the old version, when someone spoke, you had this blue ticker tape type of thing, which was blue and then purple going round your square on there to indicate that you were the one speaking. Now, it's amazing, isn't it, that feedback from us, the users, really does filter through. If you remember, there was quite a few people who were saying that it actually distracts people from listening or seeing what is going on, because they got this thing going round and round and round in front of them. The company have heard that and listened to it, and now what have they done? They put a little green like almost like a volume-y type bit at the bottom left. Also, what I've loved about what they've changed is that your name now is to the side of your picture, and along with your nationality flag is to the other side. So it splits the screen, which means that you have now a full view of the person straight in front of you. And if you also notice, the ticker where all of that is held is see-through. Okay, it's shaded, it doesn't blank out the bottom, you can actually see through it. I really did like it. It shows with the green mic, it shows exactly who is speaking, and you could see it flicking around the screen. It's very easy to follow and notice who the person is speaking. Within instance, you get the hang of that. You think, oh yeah, that's the one who's speaking, and you can see around very easily. And actually, as it moves, it grabs your eye, and you can see around. I love that feature. I love the way they split the screen. I love the see-through tab bar at the bottom as well, which gives you a much more noticeable feel of a whole screen rather than just blacked out at the bottom as it was before, making that screen a little bit smaller. So that was really cool. Obviously, the speaker and attendees, all of those parts to it as well. The chat was running very smoothly. Also, the ticker for the numbers didn't drop a beat, didn't freeze. All of these sort of things there was super easy. Also, what I noticed as well is quality of people's video, and it was almost like the more people that got on and the more it warmed up, the better the visuals became. I noticed on my video, it was like it was right in front of me here, and I'm actually the same distance now on this as I was yesterday, and the colors weren't quite correct and all the rest of it. But the longer it went on, I thought that the quality of the pictures got better and better. Did you see the quality of Marcianne, who was on her mobile phone? Amazing for a mobile phone. I thought it was fantastic. And if that is going to be the norm for everybody, it's just really is wow factor, isn't it? You know, and people are going to notice this, because when you get on other video conferencing platforms, the quality is not there, is it? The quality is not as good. Plus, on top of all of that, guys, if you looked to the top right hand corner, it was on the old system as well. You've got the hexagonal wheel, which is the settings. You can actually go into that as well and change your video and audio settings to maximize your computer for that system. And as Marty said yesterday, and I'm going to say today as well, is that once this is all stabilized and more people are using it, and we start to expand out and stabilize once again and move forward, we know that there are physical products coming for OConnect to enhance the user's experience, i.e. microphones and cameras, to give OConnect a real experience. It's going to be like watching 4D or 3D in the cinema with the glasses. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It certainly is. So I thought I would, rather than summarizing all of the rest of it, one other thing as well is that Daryl Cook has done a very short update in your OFounders backup office under updates. Thank you so much, guys, for all you do. It really does help us. I do believe, don't hold me to it, but I am pretty sure that we will be having a meeting with our CEO very shortly. He'll want to hear our feedback of what we thought and all the rest of it. But also, if you didn't get chance to see yesterday's OES update pop up, please make sure that you scroll all the way down to the bottom of it. Okay, because on that it said more updates and news coming your way very shortly. It really is start your engines time, in my opinion. I think now that we've got this one in the bag, I really do believe they would not have let us have our hands on this if other stepping stones were not in place. That's for sure. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any rhyme or reason to do it. They could have held off a little bit longer on all the rest of it, but I'm sure allowing us to have it for free to use and all the rest of it is certainly part of the plan that they have in mind. And I would not be surprised if other things start falling into place in very quick succession. When it will be, I don't know, but certainly get ready. Make sure that you are logging into your ecosystem to get all of those updates. But it traveled like wildfire yesterday anyway, didn't it, from the pop-up? And then I was so pleased that 360 went so well on our new OConnect. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. If you haven't experienced yourself OConnect, just set up a meeting on your own and go and have a play with it. You will love it. Press any button, you're not going to break it. Okay, it's there to be used, it's there to be experienced. Or what you could do is make your own webinar, download the user manual, okay, and just run through that user manual, and then you can find out all of those functions that you need to know about hosting a webinar. Okay, no live from me tomorrow because we're with friends, my friends, as I just said, and also Sunday as well, but I'll be back round on Monday with Jane for Monday Fun Day. Okay, and then hopefully I'll have some more updates. Thanks so much, guys. See you all Monday. Have a great weekend, whatever you do. That's it for me. I am out of here. Bye for now.